Hola chica, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm excited to dive into some Instagram tips for you today. And I know all of us sometimes have to take a deep breath and relax when it comes to Instagram because it can be a very draining platform, but it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be fun. So today I'm going to share with you 3 things you might be doing that are actually preventing you from growing on Instagram. So let's dive in. Okay, so the first thing you may not be doing like you could be doing is creating reshareable content. In the latest algorithm updates, this has been one of the biggest things that you can do to actually boost your reach and build better connections with your audience. So what do I mean by reshareable content? For example, infographics, branded quotes, something that people will see that can be very simple no matter what industry you're in. Maybe you teach postpartum women how to get back into fitness from home. So you share really fun quotes that are very encouraging for them, or you could share really simple infographic little tips that you actually have in swipeable function, even in your Instagram post. So something that I do that I really love that's worked for me is having a main photo or video in my first image on a swipeable post. But then as you swipe, you get a few of the tips or quotes or hacks that I recommend for you. So that's a really good way to keep an aesthetic to your content, keep something consistent, but also incorporate those infographics. So the second thing that you probably are doing, but could do better, is asking questions or providing call to actions within your post. So something that's super frustrating that I see a lot of my clients do and other users is they will have a quote and then just randomly go off into a question. To me, the best way to do this is storytelling. Share an experience you've had that maybe your audience resonates with. Share some educational content that you have learned that has brought you success on the platform of Instagram, for example. So you want your content to be like a funnel that leads them to an action or responding to your question. And when they respond to your question in the comments of your Instagram post, that is going to boost you to be reached by more people so that they can then join in the conversation. Something I love with Instagram's latest update is having the pin function with your comments. So you can pin up to 3 different comments within your post, which is an excellent way to bring on more conversation, which is exactly what you want in the comment section of any of your Instagram posts. And to tag along with this, you absolutely should be responding to your commenters. If they're asking you questions, if they're complimenting your hard work, respond to them, have a conversation. At the end of the day, it is actual people that are using social media. So we tend to curate the kind of content that we want to give out. And when we are showing up as creators, offering value to an audience, that should be an interactive experience. There's nothing worse than going to a post and seeing tons of comments and then no interaction happening, no responsiveness happening. That will tell your audience that you really are not interested in what they have to say, their feedback, or their support. And that is the opposite of how you develop a very trustworthy relationship with your audience. So make sure you are responding to those comments, even if you spend a part of your day going back through and responding to comments on different posts. If you can't do it right away as you're sharing the post, make sure that you go back and are very intentional with this. So the third thing you may not be doing well is creating savable, valuable content. So the biggest problem with this is maybe you're sharing content that you think is valuable or you think is relevant, but you haven't actually pinpointed who your audience is that you're speaking to. So if you do not know who you're speaking to, you will not know their common pain points, you will not know their needs, you will not know what gets them excited, gets them motivated. You have to know your audience first and who you are offering content to and what you offer before you can create this very savable content. Oftentimes it comes with trial and error. Maybe you share something that in your opinion, from what you've researched, will be very relatable with your audience, but maybe the time of the day you share it isn't really conducive to greater reach. And then you share it, something similar the next day at a different time, and you reach a ton of more people. It is a lot of trial and error, but the only way you're going to get better at it is showing up consistently and treating this platform like an ongoing conversation, like an opportunity to connect with other human beings, because that is exactly who is using the platform. I think a lot of times we get really caught up in the algorithm and the machinery behind the app, and we forget that we are simply making connections with other people. Don't forget that when you are making content on Instagram. I know that it can be draining, that it can always be changing, and that can be frustrating for you, but if your mindset is not where it needs to be and in a place that you get excited to show up and create, maybe you should take a step back and reevaluate why you're showing up on Instagram, why that is helping your online business, and then come back the better for it. By the way, one last little bonus tip: if you are not using the Reels function of Instagram, you are missing out. I created a really in-depth tutorial on the Reels Instagram function in this YouTube video, so definitely go check it out, save it for later if you need to, and just take some notes on how you can make your Reels better for your audience and use that to boost more engagement and boost greater growth for your Instagram platform. So I hope these tips were super helpful for you. This channel is 110% for you and to give you as much value as possible. So I want to hear from you. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next one. Besos. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mila the Basset. She loves being in Mama's YouTube videos. They can't see you, baby. You want to say hi to the camera? Let me help you. No, you gotta say hello. Don't be rude. She's not feeling it today.